We turn back now to one of our top stories involving the future of Cuba's economy. Cubans living in exile wonder if the U.S. cutting its oil supply from Venezuela and now possibly Mexico is enough to finally help the economy collapse and lead to a change in regime. Our Christian De La Rosa spoke to an expert about the possibilities.
President Trump's executive order threatening tariffs on countries providing oil to Cuba is sending shockwaves throughout South Florida's Cuban community. Efrain Villazón says he is filled with hope and fear for what may come next.
El pueblo es el que va a sufrir.
It is unprecedented, it is dramatic, and in my opinion, is checkmate.
Sebastian Arcos is interim director at FIU's Cuban Research Institute.
No modern economy can function without energy. Cuba doesn't have any other sources of energy.
Experts say up until Maduro's capture, Venezuela had been Cuba's biggest oil supplier and lifeline.
Cuba's reserves are between 45 days to 2 months. What we'll see in the next month or so is a complete shutdown of the economy.
The move backed by Cuban-American congressmen from South Florida who are also calling for a halt on all travel to the communist island and remittances, money Cubans in the U.S. send to loved ones living under the regime.
La medida que se tiene que tomar, que sea rápida.
Daniel Pinedo says it's a sacrifice he's willing to make, but not for long.
Remittances and travel to Cuba by Cuban Americans represent the second largest source of income for the Cuban government.
Arcos says the fall of the regime may ultimately be in the hands of the Cuban people if despair once again forces them to hit the streets.
The Cuban regime, facing massive protests in the streets, will have to decide if they will negotiate or shoot.
And when it comes to Mexico's shipments of oil to Cuba, experts like Arcos believe it's simply not substantially enough to really have an impact on what he and others believe is the imminent shutdown of the island's economy. Well, stay tuned. Louis.
Christian De La Rosa, thank you.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and watch all our content, including full episodes of the YoJoe Show podcast.